Welcome to the depths of the strange, otherworldly, unknown, paranormal, and much more, where we explore theories that defy logic, reason, and will leave you questioning reality itself. It starts the same way in almost every account. Not with a scream, not with an attack, but with the feeling that someone or something is watching. Imagine waking up just before dawn for no apparent reason. The bedroom is silent, yet every instinct tells you you are not alone. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you notice a pale figure crouched at the foot of the bed. It's unnaturally thin, balancing on impossibly long arms and legs. Its head is tilted as if studying you. You are too afraid to even move. The silence stretches on for what feels like forever, until the creature suddenly darts out of the room faster than your eyes can follow. Ask yourselves a yes or no question. Is that situation impossible to actually happen? What's undeniable is that thousands of nearly identical stories have been shared over the last 2 decades, all describing a creature that has become known as the Rake. Unlike Bigfoot, the Jersey Devil, or the Mothman, the Rake doesn't have centuries of folklore attached to its name. It's a modern mystery, born during the early years of the internet. Yet despite its recent popularity, many people insist the phenomenon itself is much older. So what exactly is the Rake? A fictional monster that escaped the internet and took on a life of its own. A psychological phenomenon fueled by fear and suggestion. Or has humanity been encountering the same unexplained figure for generations, only now giving it a name? Descriptions of the Rake are remarkably consistent. Witnesses describe a pale, almost gray skin tone with no visible hair. Its body appears emaciated, with ribs and joints clearly visible beneath the skin. The arms are unusually long, often reaching the ground even while the creature is crouched. Most unsettling of all is the way it moves. Rather than walking upright, it crawls with fluid, almost insect-like motions, covering ground with frightening speed before disappearing back into darkness. The behavior is just as unusual as its appearance. Supposedly, the creature doesn't always attack. It watches, sometimes for only a few seconds, sometimes much longer. People have described making eye contact with it before it quietly slips away without a sound. That detail appears again and again, regardless of where the encounter supposedly occurred. Bedrooms, forests, remote roads, abandoned buildings, different locations, the same unnerving behavior. The name the Rake first gained widespread attention in the mid-2000s when users on anonymous internet forums began sharing stories and artwork of a pale humanoid creature. As more people contributed descriptions, a surprisingly detailed profile began to emerge. Before long, horror websites, forums, and YouTube channels were filled with eyewitness stories, dramatic recreations, and discussions asking the same question: what if this wasn't entirely made up? It's easy to dismiss internet stories. After all, the web has produced countless fictional monsters. Slender Man, Siren Head, the Backrooms. Each began as creative storytelling before spreading across the internet. The Rake appears to fit that pattern. But there's one detail that keeps people coming back. Not everyone claiming to have seen the creature says they learned about it online first. Scattered across forums are stories from people who insist they encountered something matching the Rake's description years before they'd ever heard the name. They weren't looking for a monster. They were looking for an explanation. Could those memories have been reshaped after discovering the legend? Psychologists say that's entirely possible. Human memory is surprisingly unreliable. New information can alter old memories without us realizing it. Once an image becomes widespread, the brain naturally begins connecting unrelated experiences to that image. It's a convincing explanation, but it doesn't answer every question. Long before internet forums existed, cultures around the world described strange humanoid figures lurking just beyond the edge of civilization. Native American traditions speak of pale beings that stalk the wilderness. European folklore tells of gaunt creatures visiting homes under the cover of darkness. Asian legends describe ghostly humanoids with distorted bodies and unnatural movements. None of these stories mention the rake, yet the similarities are difficult to ignore. Perhaps that's simply because human beings share the same fears, or perhaps every generation describes the unknown using the language of its own time. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Rake legend is where encounters supposedly happen, rarely in crowded places, almost always during moments of isolation. The atmosphere surrounding these stories is strangely consistent. Witnesses often mention an overwhelming sense of dread moments before the sighting, as though they noticed the creature without actually seeing it. Only later do their eyes settle on a pale shape standing perfectly still. Why it appears to only certain people during certain times? Who knows? But stories separated by thousands of miles describe nearly identical details. None of this proves the rake exists. It simply leaves the door open. If you search for videos of the rake, you'll find hundreds. Security cameras capturing pale figures crossing driveways, trail cameras recording strange shapes deep in the woods, night vision clips ending with panicked screams and shaking cameras. Most, if not all, are probably fake. Yet every so often, a video surfaces that refuses to disappear. Not because it clearly shows a monster, but because no one can agree on what they're looking at. And maybe that's why the rake continues to fascinate people. So where does that leave us? Most people believe the rake is nothing more than an internet creation that spiraled into one of the most famous creepypastas ever told. Yet others claim they encountered something eerily similar long before the legend spread across forums and social media. Like so many unexplained creatures whispered about throughout history, we may never truly know what the rake is, or what it wants. That's it for this video. I'm interested to know your own theories and thoughts, so please do share them in the comments. I'm also open to video ideas, so feel free to let me know. If you enjoy my videos, then please like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you as always. And don't forget to keep questioning reality.